right, everyone. So, good morning. Happy Thursday. I hope you are having a wonderful start to your day. I am forecaster Chad Martin here. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into what's going on for today. All right, so looking at our latest weather headlines, rainy conditions again today. All right, I am officially issuing out a severe weather alert day for today for the possibility of some storms that could hit severe criteria, especially later on this afternoon into this evening. With that said, much better conditions going on tomorrow. All right, with a beautiful weekend ahead. All right, so again, issuing out that weather alert for today, again, for that possibility of severe weather. All right, so with that also said, looking at our first cut forecast for this morning, between 7 to 10 a.m., we got rain and thunderstorms. Temperatures being in the upper 60s, all right, going into 60 by 7 a.m., reaching 63 degrees by 10 a.m. So temperatures slowly working its way up, if you will. Looking at some thunderstorms at around 8 a.m. with some rainy conditions between 7, 9, and 10 a.m. Winds coming out of the southeast between 14 to 16 miles per hour. Winds coming out of the south-southeast at 16 miles per hour at 10 a.m. All right, looking at our afternoon forecast from 2 to 5 p.m. Again, temperatures are going to continue to slowly climb up. Really, it's probably going to reach an overall high, maybe from 68 anywhere from there and 70 degrees. Can really see winds coming out of the south, going from southeast to the south from between 15, 16, 70 miles, 17 miles an hour, as we can tell, with a little bit of clearing taking place at 4 p.m., with some more showers coming in at 5 p.m. All right, with the wind slowly on the increase too, if you will, but this is what we are looking at. And we could certainly be seeing again some more of that severe weather. Not only this morning around maybe like 6, maybe say 5, 6 a.m., some heavy downpours, but also again later on this afternoon. So maybe two risks, um, if you will. And with all that said, again, today's forecast here, nothing but thunderstorms, folks, going right down the line. Hendersonville, Burnsville, Waynesville, Bryson City, and the Greenville and Spartanburg area. All right, nothing but thunderstorms today. Looking at a high 67 in Hendersonville, 66 in Burnsville, high 66 in Waynesville, 71 in Bryson City, and 74 in the Greenville and Spartanburg area. All right, so spring-like temperatures taking place out there for today. As you can see again, issuing out that severe weather alert day, which I will get into in a few. All right. So again, weather headlines for today, Thursday, April the 11th. All right. Again, that weather alert, severe weather alert day, as I've been saying throughout the duration of this stream. As you can see here, here is an updated outlook of the severe weather risk as per National Weather Service, their Storm Prediction Center. Here's their updated outlook of what they have. And I am just looking on my Mac here. I'm going to read off the areas. All right, so looking at our level 3 out of 5, our enhanced risk of severe weather, as noted up here in our orange color, that goes for Akron, Ohio, Canton, Ohio, Huntington, West Virginia, Parkersburg, West Virginia, and Massillon, Ohio. Excuse me if I pronounced that wrong. Now, we have a level 2 out of 5, a slight risk of severe weather, really for the Florida Panhandle, if you want to say, in portions of Pittsburgh, up there in Pennsylvania, with a marginal risk in our region, okay, in the North South Carolina region, even for some portions of Tennessee. All right, that slight risk goes for Jacksonville, Florida, Columbus, Ohio, Cleveland, Ohio, Tampa, Florida, and Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. While we have a level 1 out of 5, a marginal risk for our viewing area, Baltimore, Maryland, Charlotte, North Carolina, DC, Virginia Beach, and Raleigh, North Carolina. We are in that level 1 out of 5, that marginal risk. of severe weather. All right. So I also attached the damaging wind, tornado, and hail risk now that those probabilities have been issued. As we can see here, we do have a damaging wind risk. Okay, folks, that is in effect. We have a 15% risk followed by a 5% risk. Okay, that 5% risk goes for Baltimore, Maryland, Charlotte, North Carolina, again, our viewing area, DC, Virginia Beach, and Raleigh, North Carolina, while we are maintaining more of a level 2 of a damaging wind risk, of more of a 15% risk, if you will, for Jacksonville, Florida, Columbus, Ohio, Cleveland, Ohio, Tampa, Florida, and Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. All right, so really the idea is real that if you're anywhere in and around the North Carolina area, South Carolina, Georgia, right and around there, even Maryland, your risk of severe weather is on the low end of the scale. But the farther north and west that you go, again, towards the Ohio Valley, and the farther south that you go, going into Florida and the panhandle there, you can see you will have at most the greatest risk. All right, where those storms are going to be pretty confined is in those yellow hatched areas. Okay, just so you guys have an idea. With all that said, our tornado risk. Little bit of a concern here as I'm looking at this, okay? Not for our area. We're in the 2% risk, which is good. So again, on the low end of the scale, y'all. But if we look up here in the Ohio Valley, all right, again, 10% chance of tornadoes. That is level 3 on our tornado probability legend on our scale. So definitely not good news up there. All right, 2% risk for our area and a 5% risk going into the Florida Panhandle. Okay, even going into Savannah, Georgia. All right, we do have that 5% risk for a potential tornado, isolated tornado, within a 50-mile radius of a location. Okay, that is where this is confined, as we can see based on our model. All right, switching gears, we look at our hail risk. We can see that is really maintained again over the Ohio Valley, where I personally believe the storms will be at their most severe limits in that area. Okay, and that hail risk again, Cleveland, Ohio, Columbus, Ohio, Cincinnati, Ohio, Louisville, Kentucky, and we have Lexington, Fayette, Kentucky. Okay, you are under that level. Excuse me, I'm sorry, you had that 5% chance of seeing some hail in those areas. All right, so definitely something to keep in mind. Even though our viewing area, again, if I go back, all right, you can see here, we're in that sort of maintained again in that low risk. I wouldn't even discount in our area the potential for this risk to even get upgraded, okay? Considering what I'm seeing here, if this can sort of merge together, we could see a potential upgrade, and that all depends on the instability. Okay, speaking of the instability, we have what's called CAPE in meteorology terms, okay, which is the convective available potential energy. That is a measure of the available instability, the atmospheric energy that's available in the atmosphere to get thunderstorms going. All right, when you get those cumulonimbus clouds, and this is just from me, my personal wording, if you will, whenever you get those cumulonimbus tops that develop, you get the rising motion, you get the moisture, you get the air, you sort of get the lifting that comes in, you get all those mechanisms that work together simultaneously that can effectively produce a severe thunderstorm. Okay, and as noted here, as we look at our instability, pretty much just a measure, so to speak. Again, the amount of energy that's there for storms, our surface-based CAPE, meaning how much energy is here at the surface, okay? And even higher up in the mid-atmosphere, the mid to upper atmosphere. We can really see again over here in the Ohio Valley, we have a pretty good amount of instability here on our scale. There is something there, even over here on the coastline, especially here, Florida, really southern Florida right there in the Gulf, and then going into the Atlantic, we have some instability hanging there. As we look into our region, again, the Carolinas, Georgia, Tennessee, and etc., you can really see our chances of instability as of now are pretty low. So I don't really think this is really going to be like a big time severe weather risk as per se down here in Florida going into the Ohio Valley. All right, so they have lowered our risk from a slight to a marginal. Okay, so that is the case. I also wanted to attach a severe thunderstorm watch versus a warning, pretty much just so you guys have an idea. Whenever your area is under a severe thunderstorm watch, again, personal experience, personal wording here, that means that conditions are conducive. Conditions are favorable for the development of severe thunderstorms to occur. As it says here, monitoring the sky conditions, very, very imperative that you do so. Okay, I cannot stress this enough, folks. Whenever there's a severe thunderstorm watch that is issued, you want to take them all seriously. Okay, that means that, again, like I was saying, the conditions outside, they're going to be favorable, they're going to be conducive. That means the ingredients are coming into play to support such an unstable atmosphere, if you will. Okay. Whenever you are under a severe thunderstorm warning, that means that severe thunderstorms are imminent, they're about to happen, or they're occurring at the present time. They are happening. Take shelter immediately, as it says in their wording. Take action, as per NOAA. Okay, that means it's about to happen or it's happening, as it says there. Okay, so definitely understanding the difference between those two is very crucial. You never want to get those two mixed up. All right, and so with that said, basically I also attached a tornado watch versus warning. Think of it the same way, folks. Tornado watch, conditions are favorable for the development of maybe a tornado or two to occur. You're getting that wind shear, you're getting turning of the winds with height. All right, folks, that is what you need when it comes to tornadoes is you need veering of the winds with height. You need winds going in different directions. Maybe winds going in one direction at the mid levels of the atmosphere, winds going in a whole nother direction at the upper levels of the atmosphere. Okay, tornado warning, it's about to happen or it's happening at the present time. Again, take action immediately. I can't stress that enough to you guys. So knowing that difference too, especially for the severe weather today and the fact that we are under a tornado risk. This is stuff that is important to discuss. All right. So moving on here, I have attached pretty much what's going on as far as the radar is concerned. You can really see I have this going on from about pretty much 5 a.m. to 11 p.m. for today. You can really see how those storms, especially around 5 a.m., right around the Charlotte area, you can really see how those storms are really confined around there. Heavy, heavy downpours. Some of those, don't get me wrong, some of those could be on a strong to severe side. Okay, so definitely, 5, 6 a.m. this morning, be on alert for that. Some of these could produce damaging winds. Some that could even be over the threshold of 58, 60 miles per hour. Okay, maybe some small hail, maybe even a potential tornado. All right, a quick spin up or two. So definitely, you folks in the Charlotte area, Columbia, South Carolina, Goose Creek, Conway, Boone, Atlanta, Georgia. All right, y'all in that area, definitely be on alert between the 4 to 5 a.m. hour before you can see these storms really start to weaken and they move off the coastline here. Okay, so this is for our area for today. All right, so definitely be on alert in these areas, especially again, this morning too. So that is that. All right, going to go ahead here and move on. Overall, the overnight low for tonight, 48 degrees. Just some showers, winds coming out of the west-northwest at 60 miles per hour. 70% chance of showers, pretty much none less. The severe weather will be all done with. Just have to contend with some little bit of moderate rain, just some showers here and there. All right, so Last but not least, going to take a look at our 7 day forecast. All right, pretty much looking between now, Thursday, all the way to Wednesday. Got to get through a severe weather day today, high of 68, low of 48 degrees. Friday again looking much, much better. Excuse me, high of 58, low of 45, partly cloudy conditions. Saturday and Sunday, beautiful. I mean, absolutely beautiful conditions. Make sure to get outdoors, enjoy it, folks. 66 degrees Saturday is going to be our overall high. Low 47. Sunday, we're looking at 80 degrees. Record breaker, 80 degrees with a low 52. Partly cloudy skies. Monday, 81 degrees. Low of 56. We got sunny conditions. Tuesday, 80 degrees is our overall high, 59 is our low. Cloudy conditions followed by Wednesday, partly cloudy conditions, okay, with a high of 81. So definitely summer like temperatures going into next week with a very beautiful weekend ahead. We just got to get through today, folks, get through the severe weather, followed by a nice clear stretch. All right, so with that said, I am forecaster Chad Martin. I thank you all so much for tuning in to this live stream. And if you all, um, ever have any questions or anything, I do have a weather page, Chad's Weather Center. Okay, so you are welcome to follow me on there. And definitely I can answer any weather related questions, things in that nature. Pretty much also same thing for Beckett too. Definitely he should be back here by next week. By next week, okay? He will be back here. So good news there. But without further ado, guys, you all have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye bye now.